Good morning. I want to talk a little bit about this coaching situation with the Philadelphia Eagles. Obviously, I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan and have been so for a while. I love rooting for my Birds every Sunday. And I was extremely disappointed with last season's performance and the fact that we didn't make the playoffs. We in Philadelphia are used to making the playoffs. We are used to being a team that has a great opportunity to try to get to the big game. But this year, we didn't have an opportunity to do that. And as a result, the upper management, Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman, decided to let Doug Peterson go, a Super Bowl winning quarterback. I'm sorry, a Super Bowl winning coach who led the team to the big game 3 years ago. And they let him go because we had a dismal season. I think what they refuse to realize is that although he was a part of that, the bigger issue was Carson Wentz stinks. He can't play. And all the buzz around the city is, oh, he just has to be fixed. He just has to get some time off, get his head together. And when he comes back for the 2021 season, he'll be okay. And I refuse to believe that. Because in my opinion, he can't play. He stinks. He had a lucky first year. And everybody's thinking because he did that, he's a good quarterback. He's not. Can't play. Sorry. He's also a spoiled brat. He wants to do things his way. He doesn't even have a good relationship with the players in the locker room. He didn't have a great relationship with the coach. The coaches he had fairly decent relationships with left the team last year. One in particular went to the Indianapolis Colts. And that brings me to my second issue. As a result, the Eagles decided to hire Nick Sirianni, a offensive coordinator from the Indianapolis Colts. I guess their thinking is because the head coach, used to coach Carson Wentz, and when he was there, he had some success with Carson. Carson played his best football under that coach. And now that coach's disciple, Nick Sirianni, can come to Philadelphia and fix Carson Wentz. We'll see. Because it is my opinion that once something is broke, it's hard to fix. There's no magic wand. There's no crazy glue. There's no, oh, he got a better guy in his ear and he's going to get his attitude together because of that. And he's going to play better football. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. The Eagles also disappointed me in the area of not interviewing not one African American coach for the head coaching job. There are currently 3 African American coaches in the NFL. Anthony Lynn from the LA Chargers, Brian Flores from the Miami Dolphins, and Mike Tomlin from the Pittsburgh Steelers. There were, I think, maybe 3 or 4 openings for head coaches in the NFL this year, and not one of those teams hired an African American head coach. Even after the Rooney Rule was put in place. And the Rooney Rule says NFL teams have to make a better effort in trying to hire African American coaches. Well, that Rooney Rule has been in place for a couple of years now, and the NFL hasn't done squat when it comes to that. To bring it closer home, we had an African American coach sitting in our living room. Deuce Staley, running back for the Philadelphia Eagles, became the running back coach for the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Eagles didn't even give him an opportunity. I'm not even sure if they interviewed him or not to become the head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles. Who knows the team better than him? Who knows the fan base better than him? Who knows the players better than him? Who do the players respect more than him? Why not make a hometown, homegrown coach a coach for this team and give him the helm and have the expectation that we will get back on the winning ground again? And I'm confident that Deuce probably could have done that. But no, they didn't want to take a chance. Why? Because the Philadelphia Eagles is just like every other major corporation in this country. They hire people who look like themselves. They hire people who they trust will hire other people who look like themselves. They hire people who they can tell what to do, where to go, and how to get off. The NFL is afraid to hire African American coaches because African American coaches, in my estimation, in my opinion, have minds of their own. They have their own way of wanting to do things. They are talented. They've been around the game for a while. And a lot of those African American assistant coaches are former players, and they know the game. But they're not going to let owners and general managers boss them around. And so if they can't be bossed around, teams don't want to fool with them. In particular, Jeffrey Lurie and Harry Roseman, who puppeted Doug Peterson for 5 years. And they knew they wasn't going to puppet Deuce Staley, so they didn't even want to be bothered with him. And then the bigger issue is they're making the assumption that because Deuce is African American and Jalen Hurts is African American, that Deuce probably will start Jalen Hurts over Carson Wentz. Never mind the fact that Carson Wentz stinks. Carson Wentz has nowhere near the talent that Jalen Hurts has. In a friendly competition, Carson Wentz is not going to win that competition. And prior to bringing Nick Sirianni on, that was the talk. Oh, if Carson Wentz stays, just let him, compete for the job, and at the end of the season, we'll put the best quarterback in place. That was a damn pie in the sky bullshit that people were throwing out there. They know damn well they was going to bring a white coach in. They knew damn well they was going to bring a coach in that was going to cater to Carson Wentz's crybaby bullshit. They knew damn well that Carson Wentz was going to start this year over Jalen Hurts. They, when I say they, I mean the Eagles, want to put a product on a field that they've invested $130 million in, who can't play, and at the expense of having a horrible season, giving them one more shot. Who cares what the fans think? Who cares if the fans pay basically all of y'all salaries because we're the ones who watch the game and come to the games. They're prepared to risk all that to let this Carson Wentz guy start. I can almost guarantee you that after the first 3 to 4 games, he will be just as awful as he was in the last several games that he played in the 2020 season. Why do I say that? Because he can't play. He's got a guy way more talented than him. Excuse me. He's looking over his shoulder. He knows Jalen Hurts is a lot more talented than him, and he's in his head about it. And so the result is he's not going to give you what he gave you in his first year. He didn't have to look behind his shoulders with Nate Sudfeld. He didn't have to look over his shoulder with the quarterback after Nate Sudfeld. He was the man. He had his confidence. He had a good offensive line. He had Zach Ertz. He had at that time, Alshon Jeffries to throw the ball to. He had, although he didn't catch a lot of balls, he still had Aguilar to throw to. He had some weapons. He had some weapons coming out the backfield. So of course he's going to, be better than your average quarterback. He's big, he's strong, he got a cannon arm. But then he got hurt. And we all know when you get hurt in the NFL, very rarely do you come back the same player. RG3 was the man when he came out, remember? Greatest thing since whatever. Until he got hurt. He never was the same. He's never going to be the same. Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie know that. They're talking out of both sides of their neck. They know that Carson Wentz can't play. They're banking on the fact that he does have a good season because they invested $130 million in him. But in their heart of hearts, looking at it from a football player perspective, they know he's nowhere as talented as Jalen Hurts. Plus, Howie Rosen and the owner are part of the Good Old Boys Network. Again, the NFL being one of the corporations in this country that are stuck on hiring people and being around people and instituting situations that are systemic when it comes to making sure that they take care of their people. The NFL is starting to have some success with African American quarterbacks. And I think they're starting to have a problem with that because they want to hang on to the old guard, the old drop back, survey the field, look at your first option, look at your second option, make a pass or throw the ball away or fall down. All this running out the pocket and scrambling and tiptoeing over people and jumping over people's heads. What the hell? These guys are athletic. They can play. Oh, no, we can't have them showing up the old guard. So we don't give them as many opportunities as we would give some of our quote-unquote traditional quarterbacks. And they take that same attitude when it comes to African American coaches. They don't want people in positions of power. People in positions of power can change the way things have been done forever. We found that out in these last 4 years. People in positions of power can make some effective change. NFL not ready for that yet. So there's a lot of stuff stirring the pot when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles, with this whole going into the 2021 season. What team focuses and puts all its emphasis on one damn player? I know the quarterback is the focal point of every team, but to put all your energy and your focus on one player, one spoiled brat player, all because you invested X amount of dollars in this guy and you want to get an ROI on your investment. Come on, man. That's bullshit. That ain't fair to the other players. That ain't fair to the fans. That ain't fair to the NFL. I'm really sick of these Philadelphia Eagles. They just get progressively worse. And it comes from, Howie and Jeffrey Lurie from the top down. These guys, and the truth is they're not going nowhere. People talk about, hey, they got to go. They got to get rid of Jeffrey. They got to get rid of. First of all, Jeffrey Lurie is the owner. He ain't going nowhere. The only reason only way he go, is if the NFL decide to get rid of him, which the commissioner's not going to do, or if he sells the team, which he's not going to do. Since Jeffrey Lurie has bought the Philadelphia Eagles, he has profited every year since he's become the owner. Why would he sell a team? He's making money, win or lose. And that's really what he cares about. And he's got a guy that's putting him in a position to make money. So why would he get rid of Howard? He ain't going nowhere either. So y'all fans need to get away from this. They need to get rid of that. It ain't going to happen. It just ain't going to happen. We're just going to hope and have to hope that we get lucky enough to get some decent players to surround our quarterback and some decent players that can catch the ball, run the ball, and play some defense and put us back in a position to be good. Because I don't have any confidence that Howie Roseman is going to do that. But mark my word, Jalen Hurts may not start 2021 season, but by the third or fourth game, he will be the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. And Carson Wentz is going to cry like a baby and demand a trade. And they're going to just go ahead and trade him and eat that money and bring somebody else in and move on. Whereas they should do that now. Get some first round draft picks for him. We draft 6, get a good pick for that. Build this team around Jalen Hurts. Build this team around some of these young players and put us in a position to get back in the hunt. But they're not football guys. They're money guys. And that's all they think about, the money. Damn the fans. Damn the team. As long as we making money, that's all we care. I can go on and on and on and on. That's my rant. And I'll end with this. If Carson Wentz has a successful season, I will be the first person to grab a crow out the tree in my backyard and stick it down my throat. I'll be the first person to go in my refrigerator and take a bunch of eggs, whip them up in a bowl, and pour them down my face. I'll be the first one to do that. Matter of fact, I'll pour the eggs down my face on video just to show you that I have egg on my face because I was wrong about Carson Wentz. But it ain't going to happen. Why? Because he stinks. He can't play. Have a good day.